All right, everybody. I want to talk about w3schools.com. The URL for it is w3schools.com. So if you go there, what is awesome about it is that it's a place to go to learn HTML, CSS, W3 CSS, learn about colors, Bootstrap, JavaScript, SQL, PHP. All these topics are here in these really nice interactive types of learning environments. So, for instance, when we are learning HTML in the very beginning, I want you to get used to being able to come here, because why it's important is that this is where the standards for the web are being written. These people are developing and have, when you are writing code, you're writing code to meet this standard. And so when you're writing code, you want it to be properly done, so you can go here and look at the examples so that your work looks like their work. So for instance, they have, whenever you're wanting to look at something like, say, HTML basics or something like that, they always have very simple examples that you can try yourself. That means I can go here and I can experiment. Whatever the code I write over here is visible on this side. So my first heading is in the H1 section. So my experiment might be just simply to change this code. Let's say so I just change that, put in a new title. But what happens when I change this to, say, H5? Let's see what that looks like. So what would the size be if I did that? It goes down. Paragraph. Here's a paragraph. I could put in a bunch more information here if I wanted to, or more. If I just changed it, I can see that. What happens if I put in a whole nother row? So I could actually add new things here, and whenever I run it, I'm going to see paragraphs. But what else is cool is you don't have to stop there. You can actually put in new elements. Like I could actually write code and I could add in, this is an unordered list, and let's say I wanted to add in a let's just say I have a list of elements that I want to put in here. This is my list, and I'll say dog. These are a list of my pets. Okay, dog, cat. Not really, I'm just saying it's just a list of something. Alright, I run my code. I have it popping up over here. And so as you go along, you can change and experiment with this so you can and learn more about it. So as you were learning something, let's say we wanted to learn something specific, we could go in and use the search. Let's say we want to look at images. What is images? HTML images. Let's look at some examples of mountains. So we've got the HTML. Obviously, this is just very simplified. We have our doc type, we have our HTML, but we also have meta and all that sort of stuff. But the point is, we're focusing on images. So here is the image tag, image. Now remember, it's empty tag. The source of the image is coming from an image or a picture called picmountain.jpg. It has an alternate text, and it has a style and a width. So if we were to just mess around with this, let's say we make this half, let's say we make it 150 and see what happens. So it squishes and distorts the image. Alright, if I hit refresh, it'll just go back. Okay, so 304. Now, one of the things that we want to do is have a title. So one of the things that this is missing is the title attribute. So I want to add title here. Okay, let's say this, and this is a mountain view. right? So I'm going to say Mountain View. I'm going to run this and see what happens. Now whenever I hover over this image, Mountain View pops up. All right, spectacular mountain view. So I've added that. But let's say we wanted to do something different. Let's say we wanted to have a picture from see, this is on their server. But let's say we wanted to have a picture from somebody else's. Let's say we want to put in a different mountain view in here. Let's go to Google Images for a second. And let's just pick out any image. Let's just say, let me just go to Images. And I'm just going to choose this one because it's super simple. I'm going to say copy image address. I'm going to go back here. And instead of putting in a picture on their server, let's say we have one on another server. Oh, I don't want to do that. That's too much. I don't want to go to their server necessarily. Let's say if I can just look at this. I'm going to view image. Let's see if we can get, I'm going to say copy image address. So it should be much shorter here. Let's see what we get here. Mountain View. Sometimes our copy paste doesn't always work. So I'm going to put it in here. So it's a little bit longer, but then here it is. It's showing that image, Mountain View. So I've changed the image source to be an actual, this is a link. This is somebody else's picture, somewhere else. It's not in my site. So I can experiment around with all this sort of stuff, which is fun. You can change, you can add another one. Let's say we do another image. So it's got an HTML. Let's say I want to copy this. Control copy. I'm going to go down and put it in a paragraph. Close my paragraph. And I'll pick a different image. Let's say this one. Hopefully we'll be alright. Control copy image address. I'll go back here and I will change this one to this one. See what I get. Hopefully it's not super long. I'll say run. And there's my new picture. So I'm manipulating this stuff. I'm having fun. I'm learning about it. I might put another head H2 tag here, actually, and see what I get. All right? And so I can experiment with these things as well. And so from there, I can learn lots and lots of other things. We can do the same types of stuff with different topics. And as you go along, use this constantly for the things that you're trying to learn how to do. When we get into CSS, we'll learn about styles. We'll learn about links and all kinds of stuff. So using this, when you want to learn about JavaScript, we can go here and talk about what it is and then experiment with JavaScript and see what happens. And so I just want you to get used to understanding where it is and how to use it and just have fun working in it. We're going to use it a lot in this class.